What's going on YouTube? This is UltimateiDevice and this is Tweak Recap, and if you're not familiar with the series, I round up 5 of the best Cydia tweaks that are currently available in Cydia. Let's begin. The first tweak I'm going to show you guys today is called Helius. It's available in Cydia for 99 cents. And this tweak allows you to have a really nice music player replacement for the lock screen in iOS. So for example, I'm going to start playing music right now. I'm going to go into the music app, I'll hit play. Now that something's playing, I'll go to the lock screen. And as you can see now with this tweak, you can see it has this nice redesign. You have this nice box in the middle. Of course, you have skip on either side and play pause in the middle. And you do have a volume slider right here. And also, when you do skip songs or go back songs, there's this nice cool animation, as you can see right there, how it fades in like that. And of course, the blur in the background also takes effect, as you can see. And it's just very well designed. Very good looking tweak. And there are some settings to configure for it. So once you've installed it, you could go into settings on your device and scroll down until you do see Helius. And once you've found that, just go in there. And of course, you can enable or disable the tweak here at the top. And the next option below is whether you want the blur effect that I just showed you. So if you don't want that, you could disable it. And now I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. I'll go to the lock screen. As you can see, it's not blurred. It's just the normal wallpaper that's blurred in the background. It's not the specific album art. So I'll just go to another song and show you that again. I'll play a different song. And you can see now, if I go to the lock screen, you can see it's not blurring the album artwork. It's just the normal wallpaper that is on the device. So I'll go back into settings. The next option is 5S compatibility. So if you are using this on your iPhone 5S in particular, you want to make sure you have that on. But if you don't have a 5S, just keep that off. And the next option is use crossfade. And that's that animation that I showed you earlier when you go back or forward a song. So if you don't want that animation, you could disable this option. And I'm going to show you what it looks like without that enabled. So I'll go to the lock screen and I'm going to go back a song now. And as you can see, there's no animation. It just skips back and forward just like that. And now I'll go back into settings. And the next option actually depends on crossfade. So if you do have the crossfade enabled, you could choose the duration of how many seconds it's going to take. So let's say 3 right now. And again, it's enabled up here. So we'll go to the lock screen now. And I'm going to go back a song. And it's going to take longer than earlier, as you can see right there. It takes a little bit longer to fade in and out, just like that, as you can see. So again, you can configure the duration of how long that animation will take. And let's go back into the settings now. And the next option is you can follow the developer on Twitter if you want to do that. And there are some more advanced troubleshooting options down here, but you don't need to worry about that. And again, this tweak is called Helius. It's available in Cydia for 99 cents. And the next tweak I'm going to show you guys is called PhotoTag. It's available in Cydia for $1.49. This tweak allows you to name specific photos in the Photos app. So you can give them a label. For example, I'm going to go into the Photos app right now. And I'll go to the camera roll. And here's this photo that I just took. So I'm going to select it. As you can see, I have this new tap to add photo description button. So if I tap that, I could type in my own description. I'm just going to call it test right now. And then I'll click OK. And as you can see there, it shows up in my camera roll. So I could go back out and go back in. As you can see there, it's still labeled. However, if I do tap in the middle of the picture to dismiss the top and bottom menus, it disappears. And then, of course, it comes back alongside it. And you could, of course, you could rename just by tapping it again. You could type anything in you want to. And it works just like that. There's no settings to configure. And again, it's called PhotoTag. It's available in Cydia for $1.49. And next up, we have iOS 7.1 icons. It's available in Cydia for free. And this is more of a theme than it is a tweak. And what this does is it allows you to have the new improved phone, messages, and FaceTime icons from iOS 7.1 in iOS 7.0.x, because as of right now, you can't jailbreak iOS 7.1 on any device except for the iPhone 4. And after installing this, you will have Winterboard on your device, and if you didn't have it before, this will automatically install it for you. And anyways, you're going to want to go into Winterboard and select themes. Now, if you do have an iPhone, you're going to want to select iOS 7.1 phone icon, iOS 7.1 FaceTime icon, and iOS 7.1 messages icon, all right here, as you can see. However, if you have an iPod Touch, you're just going to want to select iOS 7.1 messages icon and iOS 7.1 FaceTime icon. And if you have an iPad, you're going to want to select the ones up here that say iOS 7.1 messages icon dash iPad, and of course iOS 7.1 FaceTime icon dash iPad. And you can't see it there, but it does say iPad. And I'm on an iPod Touch right now, so I'm going to select iOS 7.1 messages icon and iOS 7.1 FaceTime icon. Then click back. and then click respring, and of course your device will now respring. And I'm back from respringing now. I'll just slide to unlock, and my messages icon and FaceTime icons have updated to the new iOS 7.1 style. And the only thing that's actually changed is just some color tints, or just slightly different colors, but other than that, they are basically the same icons. But again, if you want those minor changes, this is the way to do it. And this theme doesn't include any other elements from iOS 7.1. Again, it's just the icons. And again, you can find this theme on Cydia for free. It's called iOS 7.1 Icons. And the next tweak I'm going to show you guys is called ActiveBoard. It's available on Cydia for $1.99. And this tweak allows you to view which apps are running on your device and which apps have an unread notification on your device in a very well-designed manner. And as you may have noticed, my App Store app, Settings app, and Messages app do look different. Now the Settings app and App Store apps, you can see there's a pulsating white around the icon, and that indicates that the app is running in this tweak. And the Messages app, you can see it's bulging up, and it also has a red border around it that's pulsating, and that indicates that there's an unread notification for that specific app. So if I were to kill a running app like the Settings app right now, of course the pulsating will go away, and I'll do that right now. I'll just double tap the home button and just swipe up, and as soon as I go back to the home screen, you can see there the pulsating stops just like that. And of course if I read this notification on the Messages app, it's going to stop bulging and pulsating red. I'll just do that now. Open up the Messages app. So the notification is now red, and you can see it stops doing that, and it's just back to the normal white pulsation because of course the app is still running. And now that we do have this feature with unread notifications where the app bulges and it pulsates in red, you can disable badge notifications for the specific app, and in this case it's the Messages app. So if we go into the Settings app right now, you go into Notification Center, find any specific app that you're always getting notifications on. Again, in my case it's the Messages app, and you can disable the badge app icon, and now of course you're going to get just the pulsating in red and of course the bulging. And I just sent myself a notification for the Messages app, and you can see there it's still bordered in red and the app is still bulging, but again that badge app icon is now gone. And that is recommended that you do that, but it's not required. So again, just to get all that clutter out of the way, you could go into the Settings app and disable badges for specific apps. And again, it still works fine with it on, it's just recommended, and it just looks a little bit better if the badge is no longer there when you're using this tweak. And again, it's called ActiveBoard. It's available in Cydia for $1.99. And the fifth and final tweak I'm going to show you guys is called MessageHeads. It's available in Cydia for $1.49. And this tweak brings Facebook chat head-like functionality to the stock Messages app in iOS. So if you're using your device, it's actively on, and you receive a text message or iMessage, you're going to get this pop-up in the middle of your screen, and you could throw it around the screen just like this from side to side, whatever you want to do with it. And of course you could just tap on it to view, and here's the thread. You could just type as you normally would, and it works in every single app on the home screen. No matter where you are, you could just send your messages really easily. And if you want to remove it from your screen, all you have to do is just slide down like this onto the little X, and you just drag it on top of that, and it's gone just like that. And it doesn't actually delete it. It's still in the Messages app. The thread is still here. It just deletes it from your screen at the moment. And there is also a bunch of settings you can configure for this tweak. So you want to go into Settings on your device and scroll down until you do see MessageHeads. And once you found it, you want to go in there. And inside here, of course, you can enable or disable the tweak at the top. And the next option is if you want it to work on the lock screen or not. So by default, it's off, but you can enable it if you do want to. And of course, I'll just enable it real quick and then show you guys what it looks like on the lock screen. So I'll go to the lock screen here. And now I'm going to send myself a notification and show you guys what this looks like on the lock screen. And as you can see, it just looks like it does anywhere else in iOS, whether it be on the home screen or in an app. You could just tap on it and reply as you normally would. And again, it just functions now on the lock screen. However, keep in mind this is a security risk if you do have a passcode or you are using Touch ID, because people are going to be able to send messages off without putting in the passcode. And of course, deleting is the same from the lock screen as well. You just drag down just like that. And there are just a few more options I do want to show you inside the settings panel. And the first one is the notification location. And you notice how before when I was getting those chat head notifications, they were always appearing directly in the middle of the screen, and that's because by default it is set on center. However, if you go in here, you could change it to any of the options that it has right here, so it'll appear in this location. So I'm going to do left center right now, just for an example. Now I'm going to send myself another notification and show you what it looks like now. And just a second, there you go. As you can see right there, it appeared right on the left-hand side of the screen. And if we go back into the notification location section, there is one more option I do want to show you, and that's the custom option. So if you select this, as it sounds, it's going to allow you to choose your own location if it's not in this list. So for example, I want it right here, and now it's going to send to right there. So I'll send myself another notification, and you're going to notice it's going to appear right where I chose, as you can see right there. If it's not exactly where you wanted it to be, you could choose exactly where you want it to be using the custom option. And something else I do want to show you is the activator actions. And you can have an activator action for quickly hiding and showing the chat heads. And you can go in here and do that. I'm going to do triple press of the home button. And so as soon as I do that, it's going to show the chat heads just like this. And you can see there's this list here with the multiple chat heads as the logo. And then if you have multiple conversations, they'll all be in here. And you could launch the conversations just like that. And of course I can hide it using the same gesture and it disappears just like that. And of course I'll just uncheck that now. And I'll go back and I'm going to show you the next activator action, which is the quick compose action. And I'll do the same gesture, which is the triple press of the home button. And as it sounds, when I perform that gesture, I'm going to have quick compose so I can send a message to anybody. Of course here I could just type in a contact name or a phone number or iMessage address, whatever it is. And of course type my message down there. And I also do have the primary conversations tab over here, so I could go to that and view any other conversations that I was having. For example, this other one right here, I could select that and view the conversation and add to that conversation as well. And the last thing I want to go into detail on is the dark mode. So if I enable the dark mode right here, you can see the option. If I toggle it on, now my chat heads are going to be in this nice cool dark mode just like this. So again, everything's darker, as you can see right here, and I personally prefer this. It's just easier on the eyes for me, and it applies across all of these tabs. I could go to the primary tab, conversations, individually, of course, it all is darkened. And there are definitely tons of other options here, such as colors, as you can see right here. It's just a very, very customizable tweak. And again, this tweak is called MessageHeads. It's available in Cydia for $1.49. And that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.